something.
Hey Ma, do you know what burst my bubble?
What burst your bubble, Andrew?
Delusions of grandeur. So I was riding the Long Island Railroad on the way home from New York City about a week ago, and there were these two Long Island Railroad employees. One of the guys kind of looked like Triple H from the WWE. Another guy kind of looked like Mark Ruffalo, you know, the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
So I started to imagine they were Triple H. They were Mark Ruffalo. They were undercover, scouting me for a movie. And my daydreams and fantasies became real. Like, in my mind, these people became Triple H. In my mind, these people became Mark Ruffalo. But what they were doing was they were these blue-collar guys drinking beers on the train, getting out from work. And, you know, it wasn't Triple H. So
when did it break? When did you stop believing that?
I don't know. I get that all constantly. I start to think, you know, there's undercover celebrities that are scouting me, like my undercover boss. They're watching me for a movie, and like I went to a coffee shop in New York City, and there was a barista that kind of looked like Taylor Swift, and there was another guy in the coffee shop that kind of looked like Jake Gyllenhaal. In my mind, I was in the coffee shop with Jake Gyllenhaal, Taylor Swift, Sacha Baron Cohen. It felt real to me.
Well, let me ask you a question. When that happened, what are you expecting to happen in your mind when you're thinking that they really look like these people?
I think they're undercover scouting me for a job, and they've been following me on the internet for years, and they're observing me, and we're going to make an epic, iconic comedy movie, or like a movie about...
And they would be baristas?
No, they're posing as baristas because they're undercover watching me, you know, because they want to work with me, team up with me, and that's where the thought process goes.
Well, it's a happy thought, it's a happy feeling, but that's not real. You want to make that happen in real time, your time.
Right, and also, I've also experienced interacting with nefarious cyberbullies online, assuming they were like an ex-girlfriend or like a friend from years ago, or an undercover celebrity like Taylor Swift or Lady Gaga, you know, like Lady Gaga undercover. And when you're believing a nefarious cyberbully is your secret admirer playing a prank on you, it leaves you open to be taken advantage of.
Oh yes. And that dark website or wherever these people hide, they take money from people, they steal identities.
Right, I know catfishers, for example. So if you're believing...
What is a catfisher?
A catfisher is somebody who poses... You could pose as an attractive woman to do people out of money, but I'm going to talk about... my fantasy is I want to be rich and famous. So if I'm thinking, you know, my undercover boss is... some people, you know, want to date an attractive woman, so they'll think the woman they're interacting with is like a supermodel, and the women are like, all right,
and they put the picture up. Oh, look, this is my picture, you know.
Yeah, send me a gift card, and they're like, all right, can you call me over the phone, or can you text me? And obviously, you want to believe it, but the red flags are all there. So sometimes you need to just, if they don't want to talk to you over the phone...
Even then, I know somebody that talked with somebody for 3 months over the phone. Supposedly they were on a foreign assignment and they needed money for a flight to come home.
Right.
Even sent the person a gift basket of fruit. So talked on the phone, sent a gift basket of fruit, and got this person to send the flight money because the boss wouldn't give them their check to get home. So he paid for the flight. That was it, but it was a lot of money.
I know when it comes to me, I don't see what these scammers and catfishers are even trying to get out of me. I'm a disabled adult child with less with less than $2,000 in assets. I mean, but you know what I mean? Like, why don't you target? I mean, but I guess the people with no assets are seen as being weak, are seen as being susceptible and vulnerable, so they know they can dupe them and take advantage of them. So if you see somebody that's struggling with severe mental health challenges like me,
help them.
If you see somebody that's struggling with delusions, you might say, "All right, I'm your secret admirer, your soulmate woman, and send me some money because then I'll come to America and
save you."
And I'll be like, okay, I'll give them like $500, and then
the $500 you need for food that month.
Right.
Yeah. But that's the worst kind of evil to me. But it's a business. These people sit in these long factories with computer after computer. This is a business. They look for people like somebody that was just widowed, a widower, and they look for people that are lonely, that are vulnerable, that are maybe ill or sad, and they scout people out for vulnerability.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of elderly people that
Yes.
could be duped out of their life savings. You know, somebody could give them attention. Somebody could get.
Here's my 401k number.
Like when I was interacting with the cyberbullies, like I was like a lonely elderly person because you know I didn't have friends. I didn't have a girlfriend. I wasn't working. So
That's my real world.
So I was home all day long, and you know there was a cyberbully that gave me attention, that was being nice to me, and you know I fell into the but I quickly learned I was duped, and you know now I need to be smarter because I'm 33 years old. I have friends in the real world.
Smarter.
I'm smarter now because I have friends in the real world that I met at the Psychosocial Clubhouse. I no longer need these internet avatars and fantasy friends.
And you keep your support system. Everybody needs a support system. Friends, family, girlfriend, boyfriend. And keep your support system real. And people that you know are good, that you know are pure. You know?
Right. I mean, real people in the real world, you know, I know, you know, you're on the internet. You can pretend to be anybody you want to be. You can, like an internet. Somebody could pretend to be Lady Gaga, and you know they could dupe me into thinking they're Lady Gaga. But on the internet, like my friends from the Psychosocial Clubhouse, I see them. They're real people.
Right.
You know, and they're not posing.
They have real struggles, and they have real financial issues, and they have real troubles, just like everybody else. These celebs. They don't put their real life out there. It's all the gossip that's out there is all bull.
Right. So social media shows people at their best. Yeah. So you show the attractive photograph of yourself. You show yourself when you're looking fit and handsome. You don't show yourself. You know, when
like Facebook.
When you're in the bathroom, you don't show yourself when you're just woke up and your hair is all messed up and you have facial hair and your teeth are all placky. You show yourself when you're in your bathing suit and you're like in perfect shape and you're tanned.
Right.
You show yourself with like lots of girls at a party. You don't show
the perfect you.
The perfect you. You don't show yourself.
And that's why I hate Facebook. It's all lies. All lies. Everybody just puts their little fake, you know, blips of anything that's possibly good in their life. Never anything negative.
Right.
Never.
And that's even the truth of celebrities. You look at these fashion magazines, they Photoshop all the imperfections off the celebrities.
None of them have any wrinkles. None of them have any, you know, their teeth are all sparkling white. No, it's just not real.
So I guess, don't be ashamed of the real you. Amateur, natural people are more beautiful than fake.
And that, to me, is where you find the real peace and the real joy in life, is accepting yourself for who you are, loving yourself for who you are, and enjoying life in that manner.
And that is what it is.